I'm not Chris.
And I'm not Karina.
But we're here together.
As usual.
For more fun times.
And shenanigans.
It's a time I can't see. I can see like a drunk person can see.
Right.
I don't know what's going on, and I'm probably going to urgent care when I'm done here.
Well, to be fair, we think it's your carbamazepine.
Yeah, I think it's a medication thing. I'll fill you in the recap.
Yeah.
But first, where can they find us?
You can find us on YouTube if you want to watch. You can find us on Spotify, Audible, Google Podcasts, so the big ones, and then a couple other sites. Yep. And then you can also join us on Discord if you want to be a part of the conversation.
Indeed.
Or if you have questions.
Yes. You can also find our YouTube lives if you don't want to be in the
lives
Discord.
are all behind a paywall now.
Well, no, they can participate in the lives when they happen.
On Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Friday night, Saturday morning, unless you live in the UK.
Yeah.
Facts. Which is be Saturday evening.
Right.
Yeah.
So good times.
Mm-hmm.
If this my tongue hurts, so I'm tripping over it a lot. If this is your very first time joining us, welcome. This is our sibling.
You're doing it. Don't let it stop you.
So bad. Sibling duo podcast / YouTube channel, where we talk about life with chronic and invisible conditions. Ta-da. What's next? I think we can.
Yeah, what we're talking about today is this is something Ruth came up with that we both really liked. It was how do you keep coping or keep going?
Mm-hmm.
And then how do you communicate your needs to the people around you?
Yes.
Which is great because we don't really know the answer to either of those. So we're going to try and suss it out.
Facts.
Yeah.
But first, it is time for the weekly recap.
Check in.
Indeed. Do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. While I figure out my face.
It's always about her face. And she's dead. Let's see. What did I do this week? Nothing. No, I did nothing. I hung out with the boys.
And pain.
Yeah, no, I divided my time between playing Destiny with the boys because new content came out and then dying in bed.
Yep.
And a lot of that happened right after each other. Be like, I just would leave the computer and lay down like I can't. I'm done.
Just one after the other.
And then I'd be like, okay, I feel okay. I get up. And then they'd yell at me and be like, where were you? And I'd be like,
I died for a little while. Shh, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Hung out with the kids a bit, which was fun. Yep. They're so funny. They both want like solo time, but they both want solo time at the same time.
Yes.
So they both
the other one wants solo time.
They both will hang out and be mad. It's like, I don't like this. This isn't fun for me. If you guys could just maybe work it out, set up a timetable.
Right? Like create a schedule before you come to me.
Because I don't want to sit here and just be next to you two while you bicker and fight.
That's quality time right there.
Yeah. But I mean, it was good. It's been a good week.
Good.
Nothing too pressing. Just lots of normal pains. Because I still don't have my meds. Like, I'm still trying to get in with insurance.
Yeah.
Once insurance is sorted, I could see a doctor again.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah. So I'm in limbo.
Yes. While you wait for the month to run out.
Yeah. And then we didn't record on Saturday like we normally do. We didn't do a live on Saturday.
Yeah. Because I overslept. My alarm did not go off. And then I woke up and I was in like panic mode. And then it was not a good time.
It's funny. Because like I was asleep on the couch. So when you messaged me, you were like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, let's just stop. Yeah. I want to sleep more. Screw this.
Okay, good. Because I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do
no, like, I wanted to do it, but I didn't have the energy to do it. So like,
yeah.
It was better.
All day yesterday was like just falling asleep places and then waking up and being like, oh my God, I was asleep.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
That was my week.
Yeah. My week was more face. I got desperate at one point and emailed my pain team and neurology and was like, hey, stuff's getting worse and whatever you're doing is not helping. So if we could figure that out. And so they had me describe it, which was fun. And I used every single character I was allowed to use in that email, and even sent them one of my graphs that I've made.
The one that we made on the live stream?
No, I don't know where that one is. It's in a notebook somewhere.
Oh.
Probably one of mine, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, one of my other graphs that I had made
Yeah.
and sent it to them. And they were like, I don't know what to do. He's not here right now. So I talked to somebody else and they said double the carbamazepine at night.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that last night. And this morning I woke up and I can't see. Something is very wrong in the universe.
Yeah.
Where I can't see. I can see, like, I don't even know how to put it.
Right. Like double vision, but
it's
moving.
Yeah. It's not really double vision. Everything is just moving.
Yeah.
And it's moving down and then resetting and moving down and then resetting and moving down and then resetting.
Yeah. Drunk vision.
Exactly. Drunk vision. So that's really fun. I'm very dizzy. My face hurts really bad all the time. Not all the time, but
most of the time.
Most of the time. Most times awake.
Most of it.
Yeah. I wake up and I'm like, how? Why? And then I have a choice. And that choice is like, fight it and go back to sleep. Or get up and do everything I need to do because I have to.
Right.
And so I got through work this week.
She got through. She's through with it.
I'm through with it. I've had enough.
Never again.
No more. I have 2 more days, actually.
Yeah.
So I have to go to work Tuesday and Wednesday, which isn't...
And they're going to teach her how to be diverse.
Yeah. Oh, I have a diversity training. That's really fun. I don't know how that's going to go. We'll see. Because I'm a mixed kid who has disabilities. So...
She doesn't know.
And neurodivergencies.
She'll never know what it's like to be different.
But they're like, we don't want to hear about your disability or your neurodivergencies. Those don't count.
They really should, though.
Right.
That chick, we're read the bio of the teacher. The bio of this chick is so condescending and so out of touch.
She literally, she was like, I have black siblings and they didn't go to school.
Yeah. She's like, I'm doing better than my black siblings. Like, wow, guy.
In her bio, she just was like, let me throw my siblings under the bus real quick. So I don't know how that's going to go.
The whole thing was like that. It was just a trash fire.
It's going to be interesting, to say the very least.
You should raise your hand halfway through and be like, my black siblings, they didn't go to school either. Weird. Stupid.
But my Mexican sibling did.
My white siblings are great. Like, what?
I don't have I have one white sibling.
Yeah, Jordan?
No, you.
Nope.
That's it.
I'm a Mexican.
I think everybody else is, because Lori is Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the rest of them
She
are
just
me.
wants me to feel isolated. She wants to teach me about diversity.
No, he's beautiful. And he can secret diverse.
I do it in the dark. With the baby mushrooms.
The baby mushroom.
We eat them. Eat them
The
in the dark.
shallots. But yes, so the week was really rough to get through.
Lots of storms.
Yes.
A lot of pressure change and storms.
God. Every time the pressure changes, I'm like,
I think that's what kept laying me out, too,
Yeah.
is that I had to lay down during the pressure changes because I couldn't. So.
Well, and a couple times we were together
Yeah.
when it struck, and we were like, I have to go die now. I'll see you later. Bye.
That's exactly how it goes.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm so dizzy I can't see it at all. It's great. So if you see me wobbling around, that's why. I can't
Wobble-dee,
see.
wobble-dee, wobble, wobble-dee, wobble. It's a song. Anyways.
It is a song. Thank you for that. What is our topic?
We already went over the topic.
Yeah, well, we're going to dive
into it, which we don't have answers for.
Okay, so let's start with the first part, which is, how do we keep going?
See, I don't know.
So let's background that just a little bit. So if this is your first time joining us, we have a slew of physical and mental handicaps.
Yeah.
So we both have Ehlers-Danlos type 3, which is the hypermobility type. We both have POTS and mast cell activation.
Yep.
There's a couple other weird things in the middle. Yeah. And then I have now gained trigeminal neuralgia.
She has.
Which is so fun. I love it.
She just unlocked it on her skill tree.
Exactly. That's how it feels. I have unlocked trigeminal neuralgia. I didn't want to. it's just a feature,
You
I
misclicked.
guess. Yeah.
Like, oh.
And I keep calling them and I'm like, there's this weird bug with my face. And they're like, that's a feature. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm waiting to get into neurology for that.
Yeah. But.
And then you have scars from surgery, which led to adhesive
arachnoiditis.
Yeah.
It's both doisis and ditis.
Doisis and ditis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an isis.
So we both have a lot of things that are just not super fun to deal with. And then adding on top of that, the social emotional parts.
Yeah. That was the physical. Let's get into the mental.
Yeah.
I have the bipolars and the anxieties and PTSD. And there was one other one. ADHD.
Yep. I have the ADHD and the depression. And I used to have the anxiety.
Yeah, the anxiety is mostly gone for me too.
Yeah. Because, like, at some point you have to be like, oh, well.
You kind of relinquish it, right? Yeah. Like, it's one of those things that you're like, don't have the energy for you anymore. Go away.
Right.
So you just kind of let it go.
We both live the spoony life.
Yeah.
To say the very least. So how do we keep going? And this is a really interesting question, especially right now, dealing with the new condition.
Yeah.
And for you, dealing with not having medication.
Yes.
So we're both in this new limbo space, dealing with horrible pain, and nobody seems to be hearing us.
That's what it feels like, right?
Yeah.
Like an anechoic chamber or whatever.
Yeah.
We're just in silence.
Right.
Waiting.
Screaming into the darkness, hoping.
Yeah, like that GIF I sent you last night.
Yes, exactly. So how do we do it? How do we keep going? What is the motivator for continuing?
Well, part of it I think has to do with experience, because we spent all of our 20s dealing with it.
Yeah.
And finding out what we were going through, because we didn't know in the beginning, right? Like,
right.
We came out of high school and had all these problems, and we're like, this is normal life. Why can't I keep up? This is really weird.
Yeah.
Like, and then the doctors would be like, you're fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
And so we were like, it's fine. I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Every time anyone else was like, that doesn't seem normal.
Yeah, I didn't hear that enough, I feel.
Right.
I wish more people would have called me out on my weirdness.
Yeah.
Instead of like Ben being like, that's not normal, dude. You're like, shut up. You don't know.
You don't know. You have parents. Sorry.
You non-orphan son of a bitch. But yeah, I mean, that's like, once you've hit the hardest part, you kind of have like a tolerance for things.
Yeah. Well, and learning that the hardest part changes. Like, there's going to be a new hardest part.
Right. Well, that's what we're both finding out right now.
Yeah.
Because we're in a new lull.
Yeah.
My God.
Waiting for the wind.
Yeah, my back last night was so bad.
Oh.
It was like radiating up and down my spine from the middle, like right where the surgery was. And I couldn't get relief. I tried popping it. I tried twisting. I tried stretching it. I tried sitting different positions in bed. Nothing helped.
Oh, God.
And I was just sitting there and I was dying. And I was like, I need to sleep so bad.
Yeah.
And it was a matter of being like, this will get different. I just wish it was different now.
Right. Well, and like coming to the realization, and really what happened was we've learned a lot through doing this podcast in the last 2 years. And so for us, learning that it gets different was something that we adopted into our like matrix of thought. Yeah. Right. So throughout this podcast, we've learned things from other people or learned things through conversation that we've kind of integrated.
Yep.
Right. And that helps us to be able to keep going because I don't know. I describe it like when people are like, I'm like, I am waiting for death now.
Right.
Because I'm sarcastic and I do that. I don't know.
We speak sarcasm. It's our first language.
Yes.
English is second.
Yeah. Self-deprecation is in there and, you know.
A close third.
You know. But learning that it gets different and being able to be like, no, this is like, I'm already here. Yeah. So let's live it out and see what happens.
The other thing that we kind of picked up was acknowledging that this isn't normal. Yes. That's another, like, understanding that your situation isn't a normal thing. We picked that up from Lulu, I believe.
Yeah. Well, that was so impactful when Lou said it.
Yeah.
I just was like, she
It
said it,
blew your
and I
mind,
was
dude.
like, oh my God. Oh no.
It hit her right in the feels.
Wow. Because I've just been like, this is normal, and I gotta
Right.
carry on.
Right. You're putting this, why am I not fine label on yourself,
Yeah.
but not acknowledging that you're not fine.
Right. Well, and that was huge to be able to be like, your situation is not normal. Your
Yeah.
situation is exceptional in a lot of ways.
Mhm.
And the fact that we have gotten this far with the attitudes that we have is amazing to a lot of people.
Yeah.
People are like, oh wow, and then you come to work every day with a smile on your face,
And that's
blah, blah,
the
blah.
third thing we learned.
And I'm like,
And
oh,
then
yeah.
she went to work.
And then she went to work.
Anytime something happens to Karina, we always finish it with, and then she went to work.
Yeah. I gained trigeminal neuralgia, and then she went to work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but understanding the exceptional nature of what we're going through, and especially for the rarity.
Yeah.
Because we've rejected the rarity up until this point, I think.
Yeah.
So the adhesive arachnoiditis
That's very rare.
is not common.
No, it's not.
It's not common. Having a tumor on your spine, not common.
You know, and what's weird about that, just as like a side tangent, I never processed that.
Right.
I took the time to do it like for my septic event, but like I never, like, I was just like, oh, this is normal everyday
just,
thing.
Like, carry on.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
and then I would drop in middle of conversations, be like, yeah, I had a tumor removed from my spinal cord. That was weird. And people be like, what? Like, yeah, no, there was this like nerve encasing tumor and they had to cut it out from my spine.
Yeah. They did that.
That's fine.
It happened.
Right.
Ta-da.
But I never processed that one.
Right. Just like, I've never processed the fact that, like, going through it all, because for us, we're like, HEDS is not that rare.
Right.
It's not. It's
we
just
find it all over the place.
horrendously underdiagnosed
Mhm.
and undermanaged. So, not rare. We rejected the rare there. But then I had shingles, which is not usual
No,
for somebody my age.
she's too young.
And then we had, before shingles, we had a secret half-brother, which is a weird thing to have happen to you. I don't know. That's not
There's
a
basically
normal piece.
a list. We could go backwards in time and be like, we've had all these things happen, and it just seems like we're living in a soap opera.
Right. With really bad writers.
Yeah, they're kind of redundant sometimes.
Yeah. They're like, kill her, but don't kill her. Kill Chris, but don't kill Chris.
.com. That's a deep cut.
Only killchris.com.
It's a deep cut. If anyone gets that, let me know in the comments below, because I don't even know if we released that video.
Only killchris.com. Twice on Tuesdays.
Twice on Tuesdays,
Mhm.
because it's free on Tuesdays.
Mhm.
It's free. But yeah, you're right. It's frustrating at the same time, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's the problem of being high functioning.
Yes.
You accept the situation for what it is,
Yes.
and then you have to accept that you're in it.
Yeah.
Which is so hard when you want to be like, how do I fix this?
Right.
Like, you get to that
or
point.
detach from it.
Right. I do that. I just zone out and I'm gone.
Right. You're like, I am not living my life.
Screw this. I'm out.
I've had enough. Goodbye.
I'm going to dreamland.
I wish I could do that.
And then there's like, anyways.
I can't, like, detach while it's happening, though.
Not with your trigeminal neuralgia.
No.
That's for damn sure.
That demands attention.
Something that I think is interesting, too, is that the way we've been quantifying our pain is wrong.
Yeah.
Like, going over that list.
Like, go back to
the Mankowski pain scale. Like, okay, everyone knows the Mankowski pain scale, or Mankowski. It's the 0 to 10 pain level, but no one ever tells you what each tier is unless you look it up online.
Right.
So, like,
so I'm gonna pull it up right now.
yeah, it's important to know that, like, we function at a lot higher than we thought.
Yes. Well, our pain is a lot higher than
Right.
we thought it was.
Like, we would normally give it like 4 or 7.
Right. So you have 0, which is no pain, no medicine needed. 1, which is very minor annoyance, occasional minor twinges. Sorry, I can't see. I can't say that enough times. I apologize. 2, minor annoyance, occasional strong twinges.
Mm-hmm.
3, annoying enough to be distracting. 4, can be ignored if you are really involved in your work, but still distracting.
Yeah, it's not what I use that for.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't use 4
My 4
for
is
that.
more like a 7. Let's see if we can get there.
I know. 5, can't be ignored for more than 30 minutes. 6 is can't be ignored for any length of time, but you can can't see. But you can still, oh my god, go to work and participate in social activities.
Nope. That's definitely my 4 is definitely a 7.
I know, isn't that weird? 7 is makes it difficult to concentrate, interferes with sleep.
Yep.
You can still function with effort. So we live at 7.
Yeah.
Which is so bizarre.
Right.
To think about.
It's that high.
Yeah. So we just hang out in the land of 7.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what we talk about when we talk about like our pain scale adapts to our
background
lived
noise,
experience,
yeah.
right? Yeah. 8 is physical activity severely limited. You can read and converse with effort.
Dude, that was 8 was my standard of living from age 25 to 30.
Nausea and dizziness set in as factors of pain.
Yep.
Yeah.
Been there.
A lot. 9 is unable to speak, crying out or moaning uncontrollably, near delirium, which is my face.
That's your face, yeah.
That's my face. Like, often. 10 is unconscious. Pain makes you pass out.
Yeah. So, like, I've hit 10 a few times with dislocations that were, like, disgustingly painful.
Yeah.
Ones that, like, get caught, and when you set it, you have to go through the nerve.
Ooh.
Yeah. I've done that a few times. But then, post-surgery for my back was 9. Just flat out.
Yeah.
And I was on morphine like a madman.
That's crazy.
Like, I was hitting the bolus like every 10 minutes. It was intense.
Yeah. It's just crazy, like, to think about, because that's the problem that we have, is trying to line up our lived experience with what makes sense to people who have not gone through it.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because our normal isn't normal.
Right.
But it feels fine. It's not like
I know, we're just like,
life is uncomfortable, like pain-wise is, but like it doesn't make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Does that make
It
sense?
just
Like
is,
emotionally,
like,
I'm not like upset about the fact that I'm.
Well, and that's the other part too, is like communicating with mental health is always difficult because we're like, no, we kind of have accepted that this is the way things are, and the way we deal with things is not a
we don't
standard
have
way.
a dysphoria about it.
Yeah.
We've accepted it is what it is.
Right. Well, and for us, like with the Ehlers-Danlos and everything attached to that umbrella, we never had a concept that it was going to be something that was fixable.
Right. No, we didn't come at it that way at all.
Right. Which is interesting for two people to be like, no, the thing that I'm dealing with is just a thing that I'm going to be dealing with forever. And it's not going to be something that can ever be solved.
Yeah.
And then to be diagnosed. And I know for a lot of people, diagnosis is like heart shattering. Ooh. And mind blowing, and like this really deep cut that they have to mourn.
Yeah. And
they go through a period of grief over, where we were like, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
we have a name for the thing.
Legitly wanted to throw a party when we found out.
Because we were like blown away that there was a reason and a cause, and that we weren't crazy.
That was huge because we were the anomaly.
Yeah.
Like every doctor we saw would be like, you're too young to have problems, or that they'd be like, I have no idea what's wrong with you.
Right. Or we get, you're super weird.
Yeah.
But that's usually updated.
To be fair, those are by doctors that are trying hard though.
Yes.
Like if they're like, you're weird, like
let's try something new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're into it.
Yeah.
They just want to be there for the journey.
Right. No, it's a weird thing to think about how we interact with the world from the world's perspective.
Right. Yeah, I've never thought about that.
Honest about it. Because the thing is that we have two like forms of communication, or had up until fairly recently, where it was my pain's at a 4, which is like, it's there, but it's bearable.
Right.
And then 7, which is like, it's kind of bothering me now.
Right.
Like, it's kind of bad sometimes when it happens. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know how to communicate with other people without them being like, oh, well, that's dramatic. Like,
Yes.
You're being hyperbolous.
It's so hard to describe pain anyways, because it's like you're vulnerable and you're leaving yourself open. And then just the way people view you and everything.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, because they can't conceptualize a pain that they haven't had.
right.
And that was a hard thing for us to learn too, was that it wasn't that people weren't trying to understand us, at least most of them.
Right. It's that they have
It's
no
that they
frame of
have
reference.
No idea.
They can't.
They do not understand the level of pain that we function at normally.
Right.
So understanding that people can't understand you, it's not that they don't want to, it's that they can't.
Right.
Like they literally don't have the schema needed to understand what we're saying and where we're coming from. Like, you're like, you know how you burned your finger?
Yeah.
One time?
Well, and when dealing with people that can't understand, some will want to, like, a lot of people, we were talking about this earlier, where like a lot of people feel like they have to have answers.
Yeah. Or
they have to know everything. So when they come across you and they're like, oh yeah, well, blah, 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 blah. Like my cousin had that and they were fine. Like, you don't know.
They
Shut
took
up.
a vitamin and it cured it.
Just take some collagen implants.
Yeah.
Get them lips puffy, bro. That'll fix it.
Some implants, like get bigger boobs.
I mean,
and then
I'll do it. Start a GoFundMe.
Chris's bigger boobs, ready, go.
What
the
even is
label
life?
of the GoFundMe. And
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
No.
But
you get what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah.
Like there's this like dissonance that if they can't deal with it, they don't want to be a part of it.
Right.
Like it's like,
well, it makes them uncomfortable.
yeah.
And that's the thing that we had to kind of come to grips with, is that pain makes people uncomfortable.
It does.
Because it's an intimate experience. End of story. That's just how it is. That's why in my world, it's all about like, oh, you're in pain, you need to go home.
Okay, let's analyze
Do you
that
need to
though.
leave?
Like,
do you need to leave? Do you need to leave?
yes, the pain is bad, but it's not going to be better at home.
Right.
And you're still functional.
Right. I will let you know when I need to go home.
Right.
Because I will leave. I will not even let you know.
Right, because it's not like you're looking for attention or permission.
No.
You're just dealing with it in the moment, and everyone else is like, can you go away, please?
That's kind of icky. Your pain is kind of gross.
What can we do to make that not happen again?
Right. That's actually something that I heard one time when I had a really bad episode of tachycardia. I was in the 160s.
Yeah, I remember that.
And came down to 151 with my feet above my head laying on the floor. And afterward, my boss was like, how do we make that not happen anymore? Do you need to keep snacks at work? Food is medicine.
It just reminds me of just ignorant people. Like Kaylee dealing with her old boss. She was cramping, and he was like, "You think you should be used to it by now?"
Oh, Jesus. Which is a very ignorant thing to say to anybody.
Yeah, if you
and
don't
also,
understand what that's ignorant,
that's not fair to put on anybody.
No,
because that's been put on us before,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like, oh well, why is this different?
Right.
You've taken everything else in stride. What's special about that one?
The pain doctor, what was her name? The one that screwed me over.
Fatima
had said something along those lines too, of like, well, you're in pain right now and you're functioning just fine, so we don't need to medicate you. Be happy that you don't need medication.
I would be so happy if that's the worst it ever got.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. And that's what people don't understand, is that hello, I have a baseline pain. I'm still in pain, but yes,
Yeah.
I am functional. I am functioning while in pain.
Yeah.
Thank you. But when I leave and I go home and I crash at the end of the day because I are tired and I've given myself permission to just feel the pain, it's not just that. It's
Right.
not baseline pain.
Mm-mm.
It comes up.
Right.
Not every night. That's not what we're saying. But
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, no, it's one of the things that keeps us going is just literally that if we don't do things, we have to deal with the full force of whatever we're experiencing. We can't. There's no distractions. It's just you and your pain. And even if you're like, oh, it'll get different, you still have to wait through it.
Right.
Because the only way through it is through it.
Oh God, the waiting is hard.
Yeah.
Because even when you know, and like, so what keeps you going? And I'm going to say, take the panic out of it.
Yes, that's huge.
Take the panic out of it. If you can take the panic out of it, you're going to be in such a better place to handle your pain and wait for it to get different.
Yeah.
Because if you slip into the panic every time, you're going to go into that mood-based learning where the panic means all of these things like
it's a spiral.
Right, exactly.
It'll set you off and
it
you
goes
will
bad places.
Yeah.
And it'll go bad places while you're waiting for it to get different.
Right, which is going to exacerbate it more.
Right.
It's just a feedback loop. It's so bad. Like
God. Well, and the desperation that kicks in, like
yeah.
When you get desperate, bad things happen.
Well, that's what happened. Like the first few days after I ran out of all the meds that I'm on, so like my bipolar meds, my anxiety meds, everything, pain meds, it was all gone, and I was like just in it. Like I hadn't had to be in my body in that way in such a long time that I was not prepared for it. Especially the mania, the bipolar mania was intense, and it was panic. Yeah, that's the only way I can describe it, because it felt like an urgency to do something about the situation that I couldn't do anything about. Like
there had to be something to do about it.
Exactly.
And someone was hiding it from you.
Yeah, that's very true. When you like when you're talking to anybody and you're in that mode, it's like it's like reaching out and being like, "Help me." Like, how? Like, I don't know. You figure it out. I'm in pain.
I am broken, and you fix it.
And then you get resentful, and then it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
So if you remove the panic from it, if you can calm down, that's huge. Because that's what I ended up doing. It's just relaxing. Right. It took forever, but
ugh. And some help.
Dude, I got hit hard by it.
Yeah. Well, and the bipolar does not make things easy.
No.
Like, I have a much easier time, not in a braggy way, but because
she also doesn't need to take like
brain chemistry is different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because with my face, I've hit like my 10, but I guess it's a 9. When I hit that for the first time, it was like, somebody had to have something.
Right.
There had to be a way to not feel like that.
That's the desperation. There's your brain is like, there's a way out of this.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? Right. And it's like, I don't figure it out, dude. It's not my problem.
Well, because what it does first is like, oh my God, you're dying. There has to be something wrong. Fix what is wrong. And that's where that like desperation kicks in. Even when you know there's nothing like wrong, quote unquote, and you can't fix it, quote unquote. Like there's not a fix for it. No. And for me with my face, like those sensations set off different communications within the brain. And so it's really hard for me to track, to baseline, to incorporate, to cope with.
Part of what helps, especially with the panic, at least for me, I don't know if this is going to be universal or not, but like having plans to address the situation. Yes. Like even if it's like a couple of weeks out, if I have plans, like an appointment to go see someone about it, it's a lot easier for me to be calm about it because it's like I'm being proactive about it. Right. There's
something about feeling like you're moving forward. Yeah. Like if you're moving toward a goal.
Like for us in the early days of this, surgery was our, like we're making progress. We got the surgeries done, like next surgery. Come on.
Surgery is scheduled. I'm waiting for surgery.
And it improved quality of life. Yeah. And then it just kept us moving forward. So we felt like we were doing something about it.
Well, because I think for us, it's like, it feels like combating what's happening.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Like you're fighting back in a way. Because it feels like it's like being done to you.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? When in reality, it's not being done to you. It's not happening to you. It's just happening.
Right. It is very easy to personalize it.
Yeah.
Like, why me? Why is the universe picking on me?
Oh my God. And when we hit the why me stage of things, like I try so hard to stay away from that because it's not a productive place to be.
It doesn't bother me anymore. Like I don't think I've really ever had the universe sucks because I got handed a bad hand.
Right. No.
Like I've never really had that. I'm not bitter about life. I know people do get there though, and it's not hard to get there either.
Right.
Like bemoaning your situation.
Well, and that's part of the like desperation spiral, right? And that spiral can happen much earlier, obviously, but it's all part of that same mode of thinking, that same like your world shrinks to this self-centered, bitter, angry thing where you're like, somebody fix it. Is like, I can't do anything about it, which is not true, because you are the only person who can do anything about it most of the time. Because when you're in pain and you're living in pain, when your life is pain, the only things that can be done because you make them happen.
Right.
So like making those appointments and having those to walk toward, like trying different treatments and having those to like measure against other things. Even tracking, like if you can sit down and track your pain, it gives it a purpose to what's going on. Okay, where were we and where are we?
I think it's break time.
Okay, sweet. So we are going to go take a break and do some stuff that you need to do. What do they need to do?
Take your meds.
Yes.
If you've been putting it off, it's important.
Indeed. Drink some water. Hydrate or dihydrate.
Find something to eat.
Yep. Have a snack, because you are a snack. Right? See some sunlight if you can.
Oh, yeah.
Helps with your sleep cycles.
And it's just nice. It's just nice. Just do it. Try it.
Go put your like skin solar panels out there for a little bit.
Soak it up.
Just for a minute. If you are snowy complexion, maybe sunscreen first.
Right. Be safe.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna go do some of those things and then we'll be right back.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, hi. Do you like Fantastic Pains? Would you like to see more of the Fantastic Pains podcasting crew? If so, you should join our Patreon. The Patreon, as we like to call it, is the new home of our behind-the-scenes content, full uncut recording sessions, our short-form videos such as TikToks and YouTube Shorts, and our past live streams. You can also find some Patreon exclusive content such as our new music reviews, lost episodes, and is the new home of our Mini Voices series, all of which can be found in our higher tier dubbed The Only Pains. The Patreon is the best way to support the podcast, so whether you want to see more of us or just want to help us grow, feel free to sign up following the link in the description below, and hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of the show.
Welcome back. How was your break? Ours was very long.
It was very long.
Several days.
Let's say
almost a week.
It was almost a week.
2 days shy of a week.
Yep.
And we tried recording the second half a different day too.
Yeah.
So
that didn't work because
she got sent home.
I died.
She was like, I'm gonna do it, and we were like, no, don't do it. Go home.
And then I couldn't move because the world was spinning around very fast.
It was. She had to ground herself literally
by throwing myself on the ground. Got worse. So now it's better.
It's gotten better.
It's gotten better. Okay, it's fine. It's
the dizzy meds aren't on board, so. Well, they are, but they're not as much.
I had an adventure.
Yeah, you did.
I got to walk in your shoes, but all at once, very fast.
That's the only way to do it.
It's
the only way.
It's like, take new meds. Cool, got it. Awesome. Cool, got it. Awesome. Can't use your hands now. You can't see. Also standing up is nope. If you lift your head, you're gonna vomit. Oh, you vomited. Now you're like full on like a cat just on your porch, just It's not a good time. I didn't like that.
Literally, that was me on extended release anything.
Yeah. Didn't like that. I had to stop that medication for like a day and a half.
Yep.
And hope to God that the like neurological symptoms improved.
And they have a little bit.
Yes. I can actually sort of use my hands now.
I can't.
Which is nice.
I can only use half my hands.
But you can hold one of mine.
But then I don't have a hand. It would be gone. It would be taken. I don't like that. All I have is this bunked up left one, and it doesn't work right now.
That's true. Oh yeah, because you did something.
I didn't do anything. something happened to me, but I didn't do anything.
well,
I wasn't like, let's go luging down the stairs.
experienced-
I wasn't like, kids, check this out. Watch what I can
he
do, and fall
experienced
face
gravity
first down the
once
stairs.
more.
It's not how
It's
it
not
happened.
good.
I slipped. And the rail didn't work. I was grabbing the rail, so I don't want to hear it.
I hate when that happens, when they're like, stabilize yourself, and you're like, I just ripped out my
did.
whole shoulder.
Take your socks off. But I can't feel my feet. It doesn't matter if they're socked or not.
They're auto-socked.
Pretty much.
Oh,
Stupid.
I hate everything about what I just said, but there you go.
Sad day. So yeah.
Yeah, so we're here, and we're going to try to get through it, but nobody's feeling very good.
Nobody. It's
Nobody.
universal. No one's ever
If
felt
you're
good.
feeling awesome, get at. No, it's okay. Stay.
Stay.
We love
Tell us
you.
what it's like. What's it like there? Is it sunny?
I miss
Maybe.
you.
Maybe sunny.
It's not Philadelphia.
Oh no,
That's
I'm
a
done.
weird place.
Fuck that. I'm done. You went too far.
I said it's not.
Good.
It's not Philadelphia. So I don't know. Do you?
I mean, we could talk about it, but we don't have an answer for the second half.
I think we came into the conversation knowing we were not going to have an answer.
We did.
Because Ruth set us up, in fact. Because the second
It's a
half,
trap.
it was very brilliant planning.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you communicate to others how to help? And we
About that.
don't do that. We're like, I need your help by leaving me alone. I will then 10 minutes later fall while trying to get ice cream for myself because I could do that. I'm not
I
a
think
bother.
we're discounting it and only looking at the negative side of it. Like, I think we do ask for help when it's applicable, but
Yes.
we're thinking, both of us at the same time are thinking that it's when it gets so bad that you don't know what you want, you can't ask.
Well, and that's kind of where I've been living is
Yeah.
like in the land of I would let you help me. I just really cannot. I don't know how. I
Mhm.
don't have the ability to, I don't know, tell you how to help.
Right.
Because I don't know what I need.
Mm-mm.
I don't know what I want.
No, you're dealing with the pain. That's
yeah.
it.
And
That's
I
all you
don't
have
want to be
energy for.
asked to make A, decisions, or B, like, delegate.
That's what everyone wants you to do, though. They're like, tell me what to do. It's like, no, go away.
No, I need to stop existing for a moment while my face fries itself off the planet.
Yeah, that happened to me like 2 days ago.
Oh no.
I went to like do something and was like, oh yeah, I went to grab my water off the bed and then I screamed out. Jen was like, what? And I was like, I hurt my back. And she's like, what do I do? And I was like, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up,
Yeah.
shut up. Wait.
That
Okay.
It is it is not an unknown factor to just be like, shh, 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 shh.
Yeah, like no.
Just everybody shut up.
No input, please.
Tell the dog to shut up.
Tell the dog. Someone please tell that dog to shut up.
I can't.
What's wrong, human? Shut up.
If you breathe one more time, I'm gonna bitch slap you into oblivion.
But she won't put me in a box. She'll slap me, but she won't put me in a
I
box.
would never slap him or put him in a box.
She just said she would bitch slap
on
me.
camera.
On camera, I see.
But okay, to be fair though, we are still, I don't know, because everybody keeps coming back to like the practicing it, right? And the
Mhm.
like the pre-delegation, and you're like, of what? What do you do when it's not something that can be helped?
Right.
Like
You
when there's
just-
not like a you get the rags, you boil some water. Like it's not how it is.
Mm-mm. No, not. It's like it's because we're very extremists.
Yeah.
It's either horrible or fine.
Yeah.
So it's like we don't need to ask for people's help unless it's really bad. But if it's really bad, we don't have the energy or spoons to ask for help. So
Right.
like,
Well, and that's the thing. It's like it's fine until it's horrible.
it's fine until it's not.
Exactly. There's only two sides to the coin.
There's no gray area, unfortunately. That's where everyone wants us to be, though. Like, tell me how to make you better, because this is making me feel awkward. You're like, well, stop being awkward about it.
Right.
First off,
Or let me make it more awkward because I'm angry at you for making me put in all this work while I'm in pain.
yeah,
Shut up.
very true.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes that's how it is.
Yeah, and I think all you can do is know the difference and maybe teach people that there is a time when nothing can be done.
Yeah.
You know, preempt it, be like, hey, I'm going to be in horrible pain soon. Don't bother me.
Don't bother
Nothing
me.
can be done.
I'm getting away from keyboard. Dealing with
I will be
horrible
AFK
pain.
and you will just wait silently over there.
Oh, really?
Away from me.
Don't look at me. Turn around.
If you touch me or look at me, everything will be ruined. Don't acknowledge it. Step over me and move about your business.
Something just clicked in my brain about the sneeze that never is.
Oh, no. Hate that.
Where you're like, if you look at me at any point during this process, it'll be ruined.
Oh, yeah. The sneeze won't show
That's
up.
exactly what that is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ah!
I don't know. Because I get it. I get the value in being like, here's what's going to be happening.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is like this visceral temper tantrum too. Where you're like, I am petty. I'm going to be petty.
Mm-hmm.
Do I warn you about me being a petty asshole in the near future?
That's all you can do.
Right.
I mean, seriously. That's is
fair.
the option.
But I think that's part of why we avoid like help.
Yeah.
Is because we're like, I'm not going to be a nice person really soon.
Truth.
I'm going to save you from me and put myself in timeout. Bye.
I do that all the time.
Yes.
All the time.
So what do you do then when help is like, help me not to murder you?
Murder them.
Murder them. Just murder them.
I mean, that's the only option you have. Is the murder.
You've tipped your hand. They're not going with it.
You have to
It's
do the
time
murder.
to just murder them.
Mask.
Mask.
Being real.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if the options are nothing or asshole, I'd rather nothing.
Yeah. No, that's fair. But that's where the anger lives.
It used to.
Is where
I've let
the
go of
mask-
the anger. Seriously, like, there's no energy to be angry about things.
Yeah.
Just suck it up, buttercup.
Honestly, if I mask, I get mad.
Well,
My
I guess it
brain
depends
has
on the
that, like,
situation.
I have that petty part of me that's like, I shouldn't have to.
Oh.
I'm going to throw a tantrum now.
I don't care. I'll mask if I want to.
He could mask if he wanted.
Pretty much. Like, it doesn't bother me. I mean, I shouldn't have to, but it's not like I'm going to be like fighting for it. I'm not going to be like, I have the right to be an asshole right now in front of all of you. It's like, no, I'm going to
Yeah, obviously.
I'm going to
not,
just
like-
chill and go away. I'll disappear into the depths and then I'll come back when I'm fine.
See, why is that not like an acceptable
Yeah, it should be.
coping
That should be
skill?
absolutely.
When you're like, I know I cannot be civil.
Mm-hmm.
I can't be civil. Even if you're being kind to me, I might turn around and bite you.
Imagine telling someone who's giving birth to calm down.
Yeah. And stop using those cuss words.
Hey, could you stop? You're being really annoying with the pain.
And rude.
Yeah. I need you to apologize, actually. I mean, I'm just saying, like, pain on that level
You
is
might have your birth reversed that day.
is like that. And you wouldn't tell someone who's giving birth to calm the fuck down.
I think maybe then it's a matter of like norming it that way.
Yeah.
And trying to, because that's the hard part, right? Is getting people to understand what it is that's going on
Yeah.
in a way that's not. I don't know. It's hard though, because you're like, no matter what happens, it's going to feel performative.
Yeah.
But if we norm, here's what really bad pain looks like, and it's not what you think it looks like.
Mhm.
But then how do you do that without being performative?
Yeah,
In
no,
your
you have to perform
pain.
it.
Right.
You have to.
You have to go through the performance of pain.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. I don't
I'm
accept
against
it. I
I'm
don't
perfectly
accept
against
it.
Yeah, but it's true.
Yeah.
God. I'm falling apart.
Yeah.
I'm made of I'm like one of those things you used to make in high school out of toothpicks and marshmallows
Oh, okay.
that just falls over and breaks because there's no way
The
that was ever
terrible
going to hold
tower.
itself together.
Yeah.
Make a bridge. No, fuck you. I'm going to die now. It's that simple. I'm held together by nothing. Stick fucking toothpicks in me. I'm done.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard though to like make the shift.
Yeah.
Between thinking like I don't there's still like a little block for me where it's like I don't want what I am going through to be altered by anyone else's like perception. Therefore it is to me what it is to me, and I will take it to my grave.
That's fine though. Until it like becomes a thing where you're hiding it and bottling it up.
Yeah.
But if like you don't want to be around people when you're in pain, you shouldn't have to be.
Right.
It should be okay for you to just be and cope.
Yeah.
Because it's not like you're going back and like moaning and complaining and like, you know what I mean?
No.
You're not bothering people. That's what it is. Because otherwise you're bothering people. And if you're a bother, then you're a problem. And if you're a problem,
then it's over.
Yep. That's game, kids.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the stuck point, friends. But yeah, no, that's very much what it is. It's like you're a bother. You're in it for the attention.
Yeah. Or
the other one
it makes people awkward because they just don't know how to handle it. Like, oh my
like,
God, you're in
that's
intense
not
pain.
my problem, actually.
Yeah.
But I also don't really appreciate the stupid questions.
I don't appreciate any questions. People can ask me the most like normal question and reasonable question. I'd be like, why are you talking to me? Go away. In fact, I yelled at Rin the other day because she was in the room and I was annoyed as fuck that she was just standing there staring when waiting. And I was like, get the fuck out. She was like, what? And I was like, get the fuck out. And she left. And she came back later and was like, are you okay? I was like, nope. Not even a little bit.
Stop looking at me. Do not perceive me this way.
No, it's bad.
Carry me in your hearts fondly.
Please don't. No, never say these things. Never do I want to hear them again. If you say anything close to that ever again, friendship over. I'm leaving. That's the worst.
That's what you're doing. You're preserving their knowledge of you as a kind and decent human.
I'm not a kind and
Before
decent
you
human. I'm a
dash
trash
it.
fire. They just get to see
Dash
the
it
trash fire
on the
sometimes.
wall.
Sometimes there's a lid on it and you don't see the fire. It's like, oh, he's just a garbage person. But then like the lid comes off and you're like, oh, that's a trash fire. I didn't realize. I don't want to be around that. Like, yeah, well, I warned you, but nobody listened when I was like, I have problems. And then I wore them on my sleeve and then never got all uppity about it. So
Yeah.
they don't believe you. If at first they don't believe, trash fire.
Take the lid off.
Yeah, open the lid. Oxygenate that fire. Let it
Sweet
burn.
Garbage juices everywhere. And get your trash fire.
That's
on
my
other
new
people.
username. Sweet garbage juices everywhere.
Ah, it hurts.
That's what you get.
Why? I didn't do anything to you.
Maybe that's the problem. You
I
didn't
need to
torture
punch
me.
you.
Yeah, exactly. Not enough violence in your life.
In your life.
I have kids. What are you talking about? They're not just physically violent. They're mentally violent.
They are.
Rin will say the most mean things, and I just have to go, oh,
Oh.
uh-huh. Now, can you leave for a second while I cry? Because that cut deep.
The gentle parenting has been overridden
Well,
by brutal teenhood.
yeah. Well,
No, she's fine.
she's fine. It's fine. She could just be mean to me. It's cool. No one. It doesn't matter. It's not like I have feelings or anything. What? What's going on?
See, but then people look at you like that, and they're like, "Hey, put the lid back."
Exactly.
That's. We don't want people to know
Mm-hmm.
that that's happening,
Yeah.
and then you have to burn the whole place down.
Well, when they find out, yeah. That's the.
No, when they
runaway
ask you
brain.
to put it back.
Put
You're
put
like,
put it back. You're like, no, I'm burning the house down now. That's not helpful.
How dare you ask me to put it back after you were like, no, I can take it. And you're like, no, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't take it. I told you. You couldn't
How do you
take it.
communicate? You just don't. I mean, like I said, we do. It's just
Yeah.
there are times when you can't. You have to accept that there are going to be times that you can't communicate.
Well, the interesting thing is that like what falls out of my mouth, if it's not like shh, is like hold on, and then I go interior, and then I experience what I have to experience, and I go on a like long journey through the pain, hate bushes of doom and destruction, and then when it subsides, I emerge like a little turtle who's like, "Hi, what were you saying? Did you need me?"
Mm-hmm.
And if they still need them. Like, if they still need you at that point after witnessing that, punch them.
Don't. Just
punch them.
Just
because they're gonna be like, "Hey, where did you put that thing that I don't need right now?
Yeah.
That I could do totally without."
That thing. Everyone has that thing.
That thing. You know, you bought it and you forgot you bought it, but where is that right now?
I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone. Go away. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's about it.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe code word it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can. Really, you have to come up with systems that work for the people around you. Everyone's different.
Well, and I'm lucky, and I have a lot of space when I'm like, I'm going to go melt into a puddle of garbage human now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I stop existing. I literally say, I'm going to go stop existing now.
I start existing harder. It sucks.
Well, I stop existing as far as everyone else is concerned.
Yeah, I can't. There's no escape. There's always someone around.
That's true.
It's impossible. Realizing that I'm stuck here forever.
You're like, oh my God.
This is everything. This is forever. This is the worst timeline.
It gets different.
Truth. Yeah.
Different.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly, but maybe.
I don't want knees. Don't. They're bunged up. I hate them. Let's get rid of them. Let's protest knees.
I thought this was a commercial. In fact, it's a slander for knees.
It's an ad campaign.
Yeah. Don't do knees.
Don't do knees. Don't do hips. Don't do shoulders. Don't do back. Don't
joints. They're not just for your grandma.
No, they're definitely not for grandma. Actually, not just for young kids. Joints.
Joints. Evolution made a mistake.
Humanity. Evolution made a mistake.
How dare you come down from those trees?
Yeah.
Are you done?
I am dying, man.
I think we need to be done.
I just want to like jump out the window.
That's fair.
Is that okay?
It's not okay.
That seems like an okay thing to do.
Like jump out the window. That's a lot of property damage and you damage and mess to clean up, and then there's a hole in your house.
So these are all tertiary to what I want. I want the window jump. So whatever happens because I want it.
We will remember that.
And ultimate
for the
want.
future logs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's time to be done, friends.
It is. It's been a long week and we have a lot of stuff to do still.
Yes. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Let me know if there are things I can do.
Rip my arms off.
I cannot do that. In part because I would not survive that. I don't have a rack.
Get one? Off Craigslist.
Medieval rack.
Zeffy could make one for us. He made it as like a gym for himself. So he can make a rack.
He made a rack as a gym for himself?
No, he made a pull-up bar thing,
oh, okay.
But
I was like, that's not a gym. That's a game.
I'll let him know. Be like, you're not working out. You've got a kink. And then he'll be like,
in
what?
Your neck.
And I'll be like, yeah. And
right
then...
there. I see it. Just... All right, friends. It's time to be done.
Word.
We love you. I'm sorry. This second half got a little bit derailed by our nonsense and the time it's been between conversation. My face is lighting up like a lightning rod. So we will say, be kind to you, be kind to others, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 I don't know what that was.
Kumbaya fucking y'all.